If you follow these 5 steps, I promise you there is no doubt that you will not manifest the things that you desire for yourself. It's 444 on the timer, so that's how you know that this video is meant for you. That is the confirmation that you landed on this video for a reason. I have followed these 5 steps, and every single person who has manifested something that they've wanted for themselves has followed these 5 steps. I'm super excited for this video, so let's get started. The first thing you're gonna do, I want you to take out either a paper and a pen, or you could go on your notes app like what I'm gonna do right now. So I got this technique from Dr. Joe Dispenza, if you guys want to know. So the first step into manifesting is you need to set an intention. You need to think of what is that thing that you are trying to manifest right now. So if you're trying to manifest money, a job, a relationship, whatever it is, you're going to give a letter to that desire of yours. Let's say we want to manifest love, okay? Because I feel like this is like a big thing that a lot of people are trying to manifest nowadays. So we're going to go on our notes app or get your paper or your pencil, and you're going to put the letter L like this. It might be backwards for you guys, but that letter is L, and that L stands for love. You can give it any letter that you want, but we're going to keep it simple, okay? Now, with this letter L, we're going to draw 2 squiggly lines around this letter L. 2 squiggly lines, just like this, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. These 2 squiggly lines resemble the electromagnetic field of this desire. Now, underneath this little drawing of ours, we're going to write, or you could type it down. I think I'm just going to type it down so it looks neater. We're going to type out the words sub-intentions. See that? Like that. Okay. Underneath sub-intentions, we're going to list down. It can be as many as you want. We're going to list down, why do we want this desire? Why are we trying to manifest this? So for some of us, we're trying to manifest love, a relationship, right? So a sub-intention for manifesting a relationship or love can be, I want to go on dates. So we're literally going to type that. Number 1, okay? Go on dates. Number 2, I want a family. Let's just put family. Number 3, marriage. Someone to talk to forever. Let's just put that. And we're going to give it a 5th one. Think of all the things that you want from this desire. Why do you want this so badly? Maybe you want this because you want to laugh more, or you want to go to Disneyland with someone, or you want to grow old with someone. You don't want to be alone. So actually, let's put that. Don't want to be alone. These are literally just coming off the top of my head, okay? This has no significance to me at all. Right now, you're going to type in or write down elevated emotions. That's how the list looks like, okay, you guys? You see it? Okay, so with elevated emotions, you are going to think of all the emotions you are going to feel when you receive this desire. So, an elevated emotion for love could be happiness, feeling worthy, feeling blessed. Another one could be peace, and another one could be fulfillment. And if you're having a hard time thinking of what elevated emotion to write down, go back to your sub intentions and one by one ask, what elevated emotion will I feel if I were to go on dates, if I were to have a family, if I were to get married, if I had someone to talk to forever? Really think of the elevated emotion or just emotion that you would feel if you got to experience that for yourself. Your list should look like, okay? So right then and there, you guys have already completed 3 steps. You set your intention, you ask yourself why. What are your sub intentions to why you want to manifest this desire of yours? And number 3 is you think of the elevated emotions that you would feel if you were to receive this desire right now. Now, we're not done with step number 3, because with step number 3, this step is the most important step of manifestation. For those of you who don't know, manifestation is not like making a wish. Manifestation and making a wish are 2 different things. Making a wish is being in the state of mind of lack. It's being in the state of mind of telling the universe that you do not have the desire that you want for yourself. So you're making a wish. I wish for love. I wish for a relationship. I wish for money. I wish for this dream job. You are sending out a very strong frequency and energy to the universe that's in the state of lack. Manifestation is the state of already knowing that you have the desire that you want for yourself. Manifestation, if I could just define it in one word, it would be energy. So having an elevated emotion is one of the most important steps. And I want to drill this into your guys' head. From now on, now that you know your intention and now that you know your sub-intentions, I need you to stay in those elevated emotions. Hold it as long as you can throughout your day. This step is one of the most challenging steps when it comes to manifestation, because you have to believe that you already have the desire that you want for yourself. And that can be challenging because when you're in a 3D world, when you live in a perspective that experiences this world just through the 3D, which means that everything that you see right now is all that exists for you. But when it comes to manifesting, you don't experience the world no longer in the 3D realm. You experience it in the 5D realm. You experience it not through using your senses, not through telling yourself that if I can't see it, if I don't feel it, if I don't touch it, if I can't hear it, smell it, whatever it is, it's not here for me. That does not exist when it comes to manifestation. Manifestation, you have to experience this world now using your energy, your frequency, and vibrations. You cannot rely on your senses to tell you what actually exists for you. Because if you don't know, we only see 0.0000001% of what actually exists for us in this 3D realm. We barely see the amount of opportunities that exist for us because we are so programmed into experiencing this world using our senses. You need to get out of that. You have to start experiencing this world through your energy, you guys. Having an elevated emotion is going to challenge you when you're going through a very stressful time. If you know you need to do inner work in order for you to feel happiness, then do it. Because if you really want this manifestation, then you're going to do anything you can to receive this manifestation. So if you really want this video to work for you, then follow these steps exactly like how I'm telling you guys to follow it. So if you come back to me and you say, Christine, my manifestation didn't happen, you don't know what you're talking about, it doesn't work, I'm simply going to tell you that you're just not good enough. You haven't practiced enough at all, because there's just no way, it just doesn't exist that if you follow these steps that you won't receive your manifestation. These steps, I'm telling you, every single person who has manifested what they wanted for themselves has followed these steps. And they all have received their manifestations, including me. So this goes on to step number 4, which is you need to do whatever it is that you need to do to keep you in that elevated emotion as much as possible. So right here, we wrote down happiness, worthiness, blessed, peace, and fulfillment. Now, I want you to go out and start doing things that are going to make you happy. I don't want you to be waiting to get into a relationship in order to feel happiness. Everything we're going to be working on from now on is going to be solely on you. Forget about everyone else and everything. It's you and only you. You are going to work so hard on yourself, and you are going to transform yourself. You are going to truly find so much self-love within yourself after doing these 5 steps, you guys, that you are going to manifest things that were more than your desire itself by following these steps. So number 1 is happiness. If going to the gym makes you happy, go to the gym, because you need to stay in that elevated emotion as much as possible. And now if the gym makes you feel more than one of those elevated emotions, even greater. If it makes you feel blessed, we wrote down blessed. If it makes you feel worthy, at peace, and it gives you fulfillment, please go to the gym. If meditation makes you feel any of these emotions, do it. If dressing up and going shopping or treating yourself to a little dessert or going to a cafe shop or reading a book or listening to a podcast makes you feel any of these emotions, go and do it. And do it as much as you can. Everything that you do within every single second of your day must equate to one or more of those elevated emotions. If you are able to do that, that is you holding on to that elevated emotion as much as possible. And you may feel even more than the elevated emotions that you wrote down. So all of these things are truly going to bless you in ways that are more than your desire. Everything you're going to start doing from now on is truly going to set you up to receiving that desire of yours and more. And now, because you are practicing daily on holding on to these elevated emotions, it's going to lead you to step number 5, which is detachment. What? We gotta detach now, Christine? I know, right? Detachment goes into manifesting, because in order to manifest what you want for yourself, you must let go of wanting it so badly. The reasoning for this is because when you want something so badly, or you're craving for something so badly, Again, you are sending out to the universe that you lack this. You are telling the universe that you don't have this desire. So at this point, you're no longer manifesting, you're wishing. The universe will always mirror what you feel inside. When it comes to manifesting, you must live and breathe in that elevated emotion of yours. Because when you're living and you're breathing in that elevated emotion, you continue to tell the universe that you already have this desire that you want so badly. You already have it. You're not in the state of lack. And because you're not in the state of lack, the universe is going to match that same energy that you feel within you. So if every single day and every single second of your day, you're living in this constant elevated emotion of happiness, of feeling blessed, of feeling at peace, guess what the universe is going to do? It's going to mirror those same exact emotions to you. Now, what do I mean by that? When I say mirror, you guys, if you constantly live in the state of happiness, every single day you wake up and you open your eyes, you're going to literally see every single thing for yourself that is going to make you happy. Everywhere you look, everything you experience is going to make you feel blessed. I'm telling you, if you do not feel that way, it's because you do not feel that within you. So if you start to feel sadness within you, don't expect the universe or your outside environment to change to being happy and being at peace. It's not going to mirror that. It's going to mirror back your sadness. It's going to mirror back your victimization. It's going to mirror back your anger, your chaos. The universe, it does not care. It does not care about what you do or what you say out loud. It only cares about what you feel, what you are vibrating off of. Anything and everything you see here, you guys, is energy. So if you keep gossiping about someone, guess what? The universe is going to give you more things to gossip about. If you keep talking down about yourself and being insecure, the universe is going to give you more things to be insecure about. So you must detach. But I'm not even directing you guys to do that. I'm saying that if you already have mastered step 4, which is staying in those elevated emotions, it is automatically going to make you be so detached to your desire. Because if you're already feeling the elevated emotions of your desire, your body is already experiencing your desire without it physically being in front of you. It's experiencing all those emotions. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, he always says this, that if you want to really manifest something, manifest the emotion that that desire is going to bring to you. Because a lot of you don't realize or understand that everything that you desire, everything that you want to manifest right now, and I guarantee you guys cannot prove me wrong, whatever you wrote on your piece of paper or whatever you typed out on your iPhone or your phone or your notes app, that desire, you don't want it for the physical thing. You want it because of the emotions, the feeling you're going to feel when you receive that. Really think about that. Look at what you wrote down right now and ask yourself, why do you want this? And then you see how we wrote down our sub-intentions that we put go on dates, family, marriage. Go deeper in that. The reason why we want to have a relationship or go on dates, it doesn't just stop at that surface level. It goes deeper. It goes deeper into an emotion, a feeling. That's the real reason why you are manifesting, you are desiring this thing so badly, is because of the feeling. So that's the reason why Dr. Joe Dispenza, he engraves it into people's minds that if you desire something so badly, manifest the emotion. Because when you manifest the emotion, when you start to feel that emotion, you already have that desire. If I right now continue to stay in the elevated emotions of what I wrote down, which is happiness, worthiness, blessed, peace, and fulfillment, my body is already experiencing that desire, which is love and relationships. So if that relationship comes into my life, that's just going to be a cherry on top for me. It's going to be so normal to me when I receive it. I'm not going to self-sabotage it because my body is already prepared. It's already been experiencing that desire because I've been living and breathing in those elevated emotions since before that physical thing even came into my life. And the most important reason why you must detach is because when you are so focused on this desire, on manifesting this desire, you are being what's called an observer. I can get into this into a whole another video, but if you guys have never seen it yet, it's called the double slit experiment. So if you want to really dive deeper, if you don't want to wait until my next video or whenever I'm going to post that video to understand why detachment is so important, then search up the double slit experiment and you are going to be incredibly mind blown by why detachment is so important when it comes to manifesting. When you become an observer, if you do not detach, you are going to be vibrating off of an energy, off of a frequency that is only going to allow one of many possibilities happening for you, which is likely the only possibility that you have in your head for that desire to come to you. When I say that there are so many possibilities that exist, you guys, I want to say that most of you have probably experienced this, but just weren't even aware that this is what was going on. But have you ever you felt like you were lucky, or you were blessed because an opportunity just came to you out of the blue? It was out of the blue, but it was because you detached. It's because you weren't so focused on receiving that thing, that desire, that manifestation of yours, or that thing that you wanted for yourself. And it's always most likely when you're at that point where you're just like, I give up. Whenever you say those words, the universe is like, she finally said those words. Let's give it to her. When you say those words, like, I give up, that is you detaching. When you just finally let go, even just saying those words, like, I am so done. I just let go of this. The universe now is going to grab one out of all those many possibilities that exist, and it's going to make it happen for you. You're going to be like, what in the world? How did this even happen? How? It just doesn't make any sense. How did this happen for me? Like, I have to be the luckiest person on this world. But no, it's because you detached. It's because you let go. And you see, that's where people are just so conditioned into doing. They're conditioned into controlling. But that's why in the Bible, God says to trust in Him. God is literally telling you to let go. And yet you're still trying to, like, I'm going to control this. I'm going to be the one to tell God how to make my prayers come true. Like, what? How are you coming to God at, like, putting your hands together, praying to God, and directing God on how to give you your prayer? It doesn't make any sense, right? When you pray, when you ask God for something, you're not going to him to direct him on what to do. That's God. God is going to listen to you, and he's going to be the one to make it happen for you. You have to be the one to just ask and you will receive. But once you try to become God, try to tell God what to do, it will never happen for you because you're trying to gain control of it. That's not how it works. So when you guys go to church, when you read the Bible, like, you don't really understand why these things are written in the Bible. You have to really think about it and really go deep, like, God is really telling me to do this. Why am I doing anything? I'm the one making it so complicated for myself. He is literally telling me, all you need to do is this, Christine. But yet you're trying to go all around it. He makes it so simple for you, but you're the one who makes it so complicated for yourself. So you need to detach, you need to let go, because if all these possibilities exist for you and you try to gain control of it, the universe is going to be like, all right, guys, she says she has it all under control. We're going to let her do it. And guess what? You alone, you are only able to think of one, of two, of three, of four, or five, or six, maybe even 10 ways of how you're going to receive this desire of yours, whatever you wrote down. But guess what? There are infinite amounts of possibilities. It doesn't just go up to the 10 possibilities that you have in your mind. So I read this book, and it's the best book. It's one of the books that have genuinely changed my life, and it's called How to Be a Badass by Jen Sincero. She goes on to say that before anything was created for us to sense electricity was always there. It was always here in this world, but it took someone to create a light bulb to make people realize that electricity exists. But electricity always existed before the light bulb even was created. It just took that person to create a light bulb for people to realize that this thing, it exists. And so I say that because there are just so many possibilities that exist that you can't even think of. There are good things that you have not even thought could happen to you. And that is the most incredible things to realize, that there are good things out there that you literally can't even think of, that you have the possibility of experiencing. But it's just so wonderful and so incredible to realize that they exist, but we can't even think of it right now. That's how many good things exist for us. So my message to you is to stop getting in the way of your desires. Start experiencing all the elevated emotions of those desires, and you are going to receive more than your desire itself. If you continue to try to be the observer and try to figure out how and when this desire is going to happen for you, when it's going to show up in your 3D realm, it is never going to show up for you. You have to start conditioning yourself to genuinely loving the unknown, to genuinely loving a big surprise. When that moment comes, when that desire, when that physical desire of yours comes to you in this 3D realm, it is literally going to happen in a way that you just never could have ever imagined for yourself. And that is what is so beautiful. Whatever that desire of yours that you wrote down, that you put on your notes app, it's not going to be as amazing if you receive it in a way that you already knew how it was going to come. Imagine receiving that thing in a way that you just possibly never thought you could have received it in this way. You are going to feel just a million, billion, trillion times happier and just so blessed for trusting in God so much. And within your journey of just trusting in God, within that journey, you received more than what you even wanted for yourself, which is just like cherries and cherries on top. And that is just so beautiful. So fall in love with the unknown. Fall in love with the unknown. Literally pray to God and just tell God, speak it out every single day that you are just so excited. You're so excited for what He has for you, for what He's bringing to you, because you have a deep knowing within you that it's coming. And you just start thanking God in advance every single second of your day, thanking Him and thanking Him and thanking Him that you literally are probably just crying every single second of your day because of how genuinely blessed and loved and happy, extremely happy you feel. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know that each and every one of you guys who are watching this video and who stick to these 5 steps, you are going to come back to this video and you're going to comment down below the most amazing experiences that you experienced to receiving your desire. And I can already feel it within me because it was 444 when I started this video, and that is confirmation right there. I don't even wish you guys the best of luck because I know that your guys' desires and manifestations are all going to happen for you because they have already happened all for you. So if you enjoyed this video, hi, my name is Christine. I make transformative videos like this one. So if you're interested and you want to join the journey with me to becoming the best version of yourself, then go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.